हैं, जबकि दूसरी तरफ आपको लिए चलते हैं इस वक्त निगरान वज़ीर इंफॉर्मेशन टेक्नोलॉजी डॉक्टर उमर सैफ मीडिया से गुफ्तगू कर रहे हैं.
These platforms and doing little tasks in this gig economy from $5 a pop to a few $1,000s a pop, and that has actually generated substantial growth. We don't see that as easily into our remittances because instruments like PayPal and Stripe and Wise can't be used in Pakistan for reasons that totally escape me. For a country with the second largest online workforce, PayPal still can't be used in Pakistan for remitting money. Stripe refuses to start business here. That bewilders me. There is absolutely no logical explanation why that's not happening. We've gone around, we've knocked on these doors, and I continue to do that. And I continue to advocate, and I continue to lobby, and I hope that soon we'll be able to make that happen. But with instruments like PayPal and Stripe finally beginning to happen, the government recognizing the importance of online freelancers and providing facilities, funding, regulatory environment, and then also infrastructure through what we call the e-Rozgar program. Spaces, co-working spaces where these freelancers can come and work as part of this international gig economy, I think we could substantially enhance our exports. So while we work with IT companies, with the State Bank to make it easy for them to bring back their remittances to these dollar retention accounts, we work with these foreign companies to make it easy for freelancers to be able to get $5, $10 a pop for the work that they're doing for them through PayPal and Stripe. By investing in infrastructure like the e-Rozgar centers, and we want to create 10,000 of these, giving space to 1 million online freelancers to be able to show up and make an account on Fiverr and begin to make $10 to $30 a day. With 1 million people making $30 a day, that's $10 billion a year. That's just the potential of these young folks, currently working from their garage with a borrowed laptop. But if we gave them the environment, the infrastructure where they could come and productively be part of this global gig economy, I think that's the potential there. At this point, if you look at the IT exports of Pakistan, that's $2.6 billion a year, I think there and thereabouts. But if you look at it closely, this is the amount of money that these companies bring back to Pakistan so that they can meet their expenses. This isn't their revenue, this is their expenses. Because bringing money back home was painful, taking it back to make expenses internationally was even more painful. Right? Holding on to this money was not without pain either, because of all the taxes and regulatory environment and so on. With the Special Investment Facilitation Council coming in and finally providing that central leadership to align these policies, these regulations, these rules, such that this can be resolved between the State Bank, the Ministry of IT, the tax and the regulatory authorities, we are beginning to now move towards an environment where these IT companies can bring back their revenue, not just their expenses. And if the expenses stand at $2.6 billion, I think their revenues are twice that much. So the actual IT exports of Pakistan, I think, are around $5 billion, there and thereabouts. Right? And we are hoping that with this enabling environment that the SIFC is working towards and helping provide leadership for, we'll be able to accomplish that shortly. With the freelancers finally being able to fulfill their true potential with all the investments and enabling environment that the government hopes to provide soon, we are hoping to give space to 1 million freelancers making $30 a day for $10 billion and making $10 a day for $3 billion. And with finally the Pakistan Startup Fund enabling investment in Pakistani startups. And every year we're going to plow in some money to underwrite the risk for foreign venture capital to travel down to Pakistan. We're hoping that every year we will attract $1 billion of investments into Pakistani startups. For every IT graduate, a billable resource that we add to the IT workforce in Pakistan, we add $25,000 per year of revenue. That's the yield of a software developer in Pakistan. That's $25,000 a year. We're hoping to train 200,000 people in the next 2 years. That's $5 billion of additional revenue for the IT industry. Add all of that up, the $5 billion, the $3 billion, the $1 billion of Pakistan Startup Fund, and all the money that we finally bring back, working with the IT industry so that they begin to park and bring their dollars back home. I think we can easily exceed the $10 billion target that we've set ourselves in the next couple of years. This is very doable. I want to thank PwC, Gerard, who's worked so hard on this report, and thank you for putting up with me and all the allegation is the right word, but we were part of many sessions, and I was very tough with my questions, and they're very firm in what they've done and what they documented and the insights and advice that they had for us on how Pakistan can globally expand, the skills that we need to target, the markets we need to expand to. And it's great to see that an independent, world-class consulting company led by internationally well-known consultants like Gerard, Ali Ehsan here, Oxon Ventures and others, have been able to come back with the same potential that we've always felt we had, which is a conservative estimate of $10 billion and an optimistic one of $18 billion. And I think the truth lies somewhere in between. We stand officially at $2.6 billion. And going by this report, which you've independently put together by your research and by your analysis, I think Pakistan's true potential is somewhere around $15 billion. I could do back of the envelope math, which I did with you, to get us to $10 billion in the next couple of years. And I think we can get that far very, very quickly. I want to thank everyone who's come here today and took out time to be part of this event. Whoever conceived this activity needs to be applauded. This was, of course, much before my time. I'm sure this was a conspiracy between Pasha, the Pakistan Software Expert Board, and the IT Ministry. It is a well-conceived activity, an activity that was long overdue. We finally have good data, we have a North Star, we have a plan that we can follow, and done by an international consulting firm whose word I would trust and whose word you should believe also. So thank you so much, everyone, for being here. It is a pleasure to be part of this, to unveil this, and that's essentially been my only contribution. This was done before me. It's great work. Everyone who has worked on this deserves to be acknowledged and applauded. And I hope that with this roadmap and with the SIFC's leadership and the IT Ministry, the Pakistan Software Expert Board, Ignite, and others, and Pasha driving this forward, I have no doubt that we'll be able to very quickly exceed our current target of $10 billion per year.
निगरां वफाकी वज़ीर बराए इंफॉर्मेशन टेक्नोलॉजी डॉक्टर उमर सैफ तकरीब से खिताब कर रहे थे। उनका कहना था कि आइंदा 3 बरस में IT एक्सपोर्ट $10 अरब तक लेकर जाएंगे।
अभी सब्सक्राइब करें ताकि कोई खबर रह न जाए।